excitement is real. AEW Unrivaled Series 1 is here, and we're going to unbox all of these right now. Welcome everyone, Kyle here as usual, and we got something special today. It's not very often we get a new series, a new line, a new company making the figures we love, and that is exactly what we got today via Wicked Cool Toys Jazzwares with AEW Unrivaled Series 1. The beginning here, I'm going to talk a little bit with some thoughts, some commentary. So this first part will be a little bit longer, talking about this, the state of the business, where we're at right now with these. Then we're going to go by, like we always do, we're going to unbox these one by one by one. We're going to start with Jericho, but first let's talk about my thoughts and a little bit about this line, a little things we know and what's going on with them right now. So one question I've been getting since the start of this channel, Kyle, are you going to be buying AEW figures? Yes, obviously I am. Here they are right here. I got them locked and loaded right here. So yes, I am. I will be opening these up, hence we're going to be unboxing these, so I will have a loose collection of these. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Series 1, I will have a mint on card set to go along with the loose set. I decided that's what I'm going to do. Knowing Jax and Jeremy history with these kind of figures, and I'm sure a lot of the Jax lessons will be brought over into the Jazzware lessons. You guys know I love Jax. Think of the Ruthless Aggression line. How many figures were made in that style? I have a feeling we won't have that quite to the amount of those, but we're going to have a lot of AEW figures over the next few years. There's going to be a lot of specials, a lot of ringside exclusives. We'll have 2-packs. We'll probably have a Classic Superstars. I think the sky really is the limit with this line. Knowing the man Jeremy, just knowing his history. I love Jeremy. I think he's the greatest thing ever in toy industry. I've been following him way back when, since the Jax days, of course. But I absolutely love what he brings to the market and what he does for us collectors out there. That being said, if you're going to be a mint on card completist of this line, I have a feeling you're going to get in over your head pretty quick. And that's coming from somebody like me, who is an absolute crazy person as far as collecting. I just don't think anybody will have the real estate. I have a lot of real estate to display stuff. I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't think it's possible. I can't display all the mint on card elites. That's why I decided to be a loose collector. But what I will do is I will have Series 1, mint in box, mint on card, whatever you want to call it, and we'll go from there. I might pick and choose a few here and there, maybe keep like ringside exclusives. Obviously, if I come across the chase, we know there's a Cody chase and a Jericho chase. As of recording this video, nobody has found one of those out in the wild. Nobody's got one via online or anything like that. It will come, I am sure. If I found one of those, I would definitely have to leave those in the box. I would not open those. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. So hopefully I find those chases. That's another reason I can't be a completist with this line. Something tells me I don't think I'll find every single one of those 1 of 500s, 1 of 1000s. You know Jeremy's going to go strong at the toy fairs. He's done it with Jax, the 1 of 100s. I'm sure he'll have something along them lines with AEW figures as well. So that makes, I don't like that part of it, I guess. I want to have somewhat consistent, readily available stuff. I love a 1 in 20, I love a 1 in 100, but the average person, and even myself, is not going to have one of those figures, unfortunately, and that makes me not want to get every single one mint on card. So just kind of a long, beat-up path right there, but I will get the first series. I think it's an important series. It's a groundbreaking series. It's going to be a series that really, we're in the midst of a change. Not a changing of the guard, but a changing of eras. Competition raises both ships. It makes Mattel stronger. It makes Jazzware stronger. If you're an action figure collector and a wrestling action figure collector, you're living in a golden age right now where two big companies are going to go head-to-head. It's like WCW, WWF, WWE back in the day. Everybody's going to get better, and it should just be more great figures for all of us. So that is very, very exciting. So a little bit about these figures. First impressions. I absolutely love the packaging on these. Really, really cool. It harks back to the Jax Classic Superstars days. You guys know what a fan I am of the Jax Classic Superstars. Let me see. I actually got one of these real handy right here. Here's Vader. Jakks Classic Superstars Series 8. Cheap plug, check out my videos as I'm walking down every single series of the Jakks Classic Superstars, and will continue to. I'm actually filming these videos kind of in the same day, so this will be Classic Superstars 8 coming soon in the AEW. But you can see a very similar type packaging. Go with what you go with. Go with what works, what we know. I am so happy the packaging kind of calls back to the Classic Superstars. You see Vader on the side, Jericho on the side. Very, very similar, huh? Very, very cool. My ask of Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm sure he watches all my videos. Why wouldn't he? He's got nothing else to do. But I hope he keeps this packaging throughout the whole line. That's another thing. Part of me almost hopes he doesn't, because then I can feel better about not collecting the whole thing like I did the Classic Superstars. But package uniformity is key. That is what collectors want. They want the same package throughout. Maybe a couple of hint subtle changes, but the same box. They'll display side by side. You don't want one that's really big and blah, blah, blah. But package uniformity is key, and I love this packaging. That being said, if you're a mint on card collector of this series, I do have a feeling there's going to be some times where things are going to be pretty rough. I fought a mint on card Classic Superstars collection back in the day, as you guys know. This star on the Jakks Classic Superstars was the bane of many existence out there. A lot of difficulty finding minty ones. I want to say Series 14 back in the day. And there was a couple other series too. Damaged figures galore. I went through case after case after case on the hunt for mint condition ones, and it just didn't happen. We can talk about Basic Series 100 from Mattel just 6 months, 8 months ago. That was traditionally every single case out in the field, out in the wild, were damaged. We saw that with Classic Superstars before. It's bound to happen with the AEW sets. One of these sets, we're going to say, hey, something happened on the way overseas. A lot of the cases are crunched, smushed, whatever. There's a lot of spots for dings and damages and corner bends, creases, going to make it very difficult to get a mint on card set. I bought these via Ringside, my first set. That's how I got them so soon and good. And Ringside shipped these with absolute perfection, absolute care. I know they do get some bad media every once in a while about not shipping correctly, but I mean, they don't know me from a hole in the wall. So they shipped them very nice, very beautiful. I am very pleased with this. It almost hurts. It does hurt to open these up because they are in such great shape. Just absolutely beautiful figures, beautiful packaging. And like I said, it hurts to open these up, but I'm going to do it right here. Hopefully the second set I found out in the wild, just like you guys, I'll be out in retail looking for these. I'm hoping I can find mint ones. I've heard some people have got really mint ones. I've heard there's been some damaged ones. Goes back to that whole thing, but that's a little bit of the packaging there. I really do enjoy it. I'll put Vader back. Don't need to see him anymore. You can watch the Jakks Classic Superstars for a deep dive on Vader. So that's a very interesting on the package. It'll be interesting to see if we get damaged ones out there. Hopefully not, but it's going to happen. So that's a little bit about that. And another thing in this is Brandi Rhodes. All initial retail sightings out there, there's been no Brandi. Apparently she's coming down the line. That's going to make Brandi very, very hard to get, very rare figure because she's not in the first wave that's going to retail. It's interesting with that with Brandi. To me, that is a very smart move by Jeremy. It makes demand for that figure, and it makes more interest in the line. Hey, here's a hard to get one, which will be out later. But we all know, as serious collectors, you're probably a serious collector if you're watching these videos. Think of the WWE Mattel Elite figures. What are the normal peg warmers? Consistently, it's the female figures. Nothing against female figures, but they are traditionally more peg warmers than some of the male counterparts. I don't know what the reason for that is. I can only speak for myself as a little kid. I was not really into female figures. Maybe that's just me. You guys tell me in the comments if you're different. But I think traditionally wrestling figures are, I mean, there is girl fans out there. My own daughters play with wrestling figures. However, I think 9 out of 10 wrestling figures are bought by males, and a lot of male kids and a lot of males in general do not want female figures. I don't know. That's just my thoughts there, because in a lot of areas, the Midwest I travel, I still see Nikki Bella. I see the Brie Bella from a year ago SummerSlam set still on the shelves. Billy Kay is peg warming a lot of my targets right now. I think that's just the case, and that's great for collectors because they'll want to get the Brandi because it's rare. But can you imagine the uproar if this Chris Jericho figure, for instance, the only way you could get him was down the line like this Brandi? I think there would be a huge, massive revolt to Jazzwares and Jeremy and everything else on that. But it's smart. You got to play the market, play it out there, make collector demand, get people hunting. And now we're going to have a wave 2 that'll have Brandi in there, so people will be able to find it there. But I found that to be very, very interesting that was the strategy to kick it off. We're also seeing, we had the initial cases of 6 that came out. It looked like it was 2 Kenny Omegas, one of everybody else. But now we're seeing displays being brought to retail. Very interesting, these pallet drop displays. Jeremy has stated in a Twitter post that a third-party company. So I have some history with some of these third-party companies out there. Acosta being the biggest one in the United States. There's also Crossmark and many, many are regional ones. I am not sure who Jeremy and Jazzwares are using, but this is a third-party company that represents tons of different stuff in the store, and they just get their marching orders each week of what to do. I actually started right after college. I started for one of those companies, Acosta Sales and Marketing, the biggest one in, I believe, North America for sure, possibly the world. I started there and did a little training and got my foot in the door a few places, and valuable third-party experience I gained from that. But those are also not, you think your Walmart workers are bad and stuff. Acosta's a little rough because they're hiring a lot of people for $11 an hour. Tough to get people to do these jobs. They're very easy jobs, but you never know when they're going to show up. Most of these ones for these third-party companies, they go to Walmart's every once or twice a month. So it depends. Will the Walmart put that pallet display out, or will the Acosta person put it out? I'm just using Acosta as a general term. It'll be very interesting to see third party and what they do, and if they help keep these shelves full for that. It's very, very interesting. And then a little bit of talk about the launch of these figures. I know that Jeremy said, August 2nd, or was it 3rd? I can't remember. August 2nd or 3rd will be in your Walmart stores. That is pretty crazy to say. I've said it before in some of my other videos. I'm in this world, I guess you would say. I've dealt with Walmart and Targets for the last 20 years, launching new items. I've been a part of launching some major, major items that you guys eat every single day out there for a few different companies over the years. Launching a new item is a heavy task. It's a tough task. It's difficult. I always say when I speak to my teams and I speak to people out there and I do big speeches in my world, a new item is only new once. You got one chance to really make it right. And distribution is a huge model. You want to be on the shelf as quick as possible, turning and burning product as fast as possible, going through that registers, making a note up to the higher ups of Walmart, Target, Kroger, whoever it is, and whatever item. We're talking general items. You want to show movement and turns. In my world right now, I need to show a bunch of turns to be able to get ad programming with the organization I work with. That's no different from these figures either. But an item is only new once. You've got to make a great first impression, and it is extremely difficult to say this will be on the shelves August 2nd everywhere. You're dealing with Walmart, Target, whoever employees that most likely are not going to put these things out right away. I always say it, and people, I think we all need to take a step back. This Chris Jericho figure to a Walmart employee is really no different than a new pillow or a hammer back in the tool section. It's an item for the most part. And what item turns and burn? I don't know the exact profit margin on something like this, but do you think the Walmart is more concerned about this or concerned about 2% white milk or a loaf of bread, Sara Lee bread, let's say? They're more concerned with stuff like that turns and burns. I mean, they might sell, let's say, 2 cases a day of these. Just say they sell 2 cases. That's 12 units. A loaf of bread, especially the number 1 loaf of bread, I mean, you're looking at possibly 200 turns a day. So we got to take a step back and say, what's important to the store? What's important to retail? These are important in the toy aisle and stuff like that. But there's a lot of other stuff that makes a lot more profit and a lot more turns, etc. out there. When I launch a new item, so I currently launch many new items to retail. And like I said, many items you guys have tasted. I guarantee you know all about a lot of these items. Let's say they're available August 1st. Do you think I put an announcement out or a big ad August 1st? No. I've been burned in my life. It burned me once, and I'm never doing that again. I wait a week or 2 weeks after it launches. Have a soft launch. Say, hey, these are coming August 1st to Walmart, but really have them trickling into stores on, July 20th. Give it 10, 11 days beforehand. Nobody would expect it. Everybody would be like, oh my gosh, I just found these. I can't believe it. But don't commit to a date when, it's such a dangerous game, especially in ad programming and stuff like that, because then you get people going to the stores like we're seeing online, people going to the stores, complaining, yelling, fighting, and it's out of the hands of the Walmart employee for the most part. Like I said, I say, hey, a new item's coming out August 1st. It's going into the ad, or I'm going to promote it and stuff starting August 8th or August 10th. Give it a little time to breathe. Let distribution get there. Let the tags get on the shelf. In Walmart's case for these, it's part of the August mod, the fall-winter resets. So Walmarts have 2 to 4 weeks to get these sets done. August 1st, you say that. Well, the new mod came down July 31st, the new reset. They got a month to get that done. Not every store is like, it's midnight. I better get these on the shelf and all that. Doesn't happen. Like I said, there's tons of stuff. Even in the toy aisle, there's Barbies, there's kid toys, there's play school stuff. There's just a lot out there. We just all got to take a step back a little bit. But I do love it. I love the anticipation that it brought. I mean, what they always say is like bad publicity is just as good as no publicity. It's getting people talking. I think it's getting buzz in the collector's world outside of the wrestling figure collector because, hey, there's a bunch of pub about this. They see the online stuff. I think these are going to be a very difficult set to get, the first series. So this is just some kind of my rambling commentary, I guess, relating it back to what I do and dealing with Target and Walmart specifically for a lot of years on an everyday basis and knowing how they operate and think, and then how I launch currently new items to the market and stuff like that. So just a little shop talk, I guess we would call it, about this, but let's get into what we're really here for. Let's unbox these one by one, talk about them, and go through them. All right, here we go. Chris Jericho, the first ever AEW figure I will ever unbox. A groundbreaking moment for a collector like me. I always love a new line, especially a new line from a new company that's making wrestling figures, as I said. So there's the Jericho right there. I'm sure you guys, if you're watching this, you've looked at pictures, you've seen photos of him and stuff like that. A classic picture, of Jericho right there. Nice, doesn't distract from the packaging, and you barely even notice it's there. I think the figure takes most of your eye attention. We talked about the side, very reminiscent. Chris Jericho, very reminiscent of the Jakks Classic Superstars series as far as lettering there. You also see the All Elite on the side. These are also numbered, so this is number 6 in the set. I guess I never paid attention or didn't know that, but they're going to be numbered. No different than your Black series. I don't know if people display these sideways like I see sometimes. I don't understand that. I want to show off the figure, not the side of a package, but that's me and my collecting. You guys might be different. We see the gold up here with the black and the AEW. I love this packaging. Just totally stellar. AEW on the side, on the top, clear, very similar to Jakks Classic Superstars, clear on the top, a little bit tough to get into because of all the angles and points of the packaging. So for you men on card people, you're going to have some dusting work to do, like the Jakks Classic Superstars. I have to dust those once a year because dust will get caught on top of there. It's not easy to get in there. You have to do it special without damaging the corners and the top. That's going to be a challenge for some. It's not a flat box like Mattel where you can just easily wipe it down. This you got to get in. It'll also, since it kind of breathes and moves, just like the Classic Superstars, you'll get dust and stuff down in there. So you got to really work it. My suggestion is you clean it, and then you get an air canister and you shoot out any extra air. I do that about once a year for all my mint on card stuff. Your mileage will vary depending how old your house is, how dusty your house is. If you go back, I have a collection video about how do I keep my large collection clean. I detail some of that in there, so follow up with that video. Here is the back of the package. AEW at the top, a little action shot of Jericho. I love the autographed, kind of the golden autograph, really pops against the black. And then you got the lineup down there below. Let's see. It says Chris Jericho, Double or Nothing, 5/25/2019, Las Vegas, Nevada. So no real bio or file card, no history of Jericho or anything like that on the back. I don't know. They didn't really have that on the class. Well, they did have that on the Class Superstars. What am I saying? I wish there was something on there. Titles held, a little blurb. I think that helps people that don't know about the characters, young kids or whoever, tells them a little bit about him. All it does is say Double or Nothing. I know that that's what he wore, but it doesn't say figures shown as worn on this show. I think that would have gone a long way. That's my recommendation there, I guess. Some kind of something to that. It does promote the TV show on the bottom right corner. Watch All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Check your local listings. So right down there. First impressions of the figure in box. I mean, this looks absolutely stellar. The Jericho, the coat, the hat, the gloves. My first impression, hey, I'll be able to display him with the gloves, not the regular hands, that's for sure. I just think this is the most eye-catching figure in the set for me. And I don't know if that's because Jericho and I go way back to, ECW before he was in WCW. That's when he first came on my radar. But I just love this. I love the all black. Being a metalhead as myself, Anthrax today, of course, on my shirt. I absolutely love kind of the heavy metal spike and chain look he's got going on there. But I think we've talked enough about the packaging. Let's open up. Let's see how these are in hand. I've, like I said, never opened one of these. So let's see how hard they are to unbox. I mean, there's no going back. I can tell already. Just opening the side flaps. For Mattel Elite people, there's people out there that collect their boxes, keep them, and they put them back in the package. That's very easy to do with Mattel's packaging. I don't think there's any way home from this one. Once it's open, there's no doctoring it, putting it back in the box. I think you're going to have a lot of hard time with figure swappers with these as well. Mattel, it's very easy to swap figures. I don't think so on this because the plastic's attached to the back. It's going to look mangled. There's no way to swap it out like people do with Mattels. I'm trying to figure out the best way. Rookie move. That's a rookie. See you later. That's a rookie open right there where you crease just the top up. There's got to be. Every figure has its secret. Jax always has the little tab at the bottom. Definitely not terrible, but like I said, there's no going home from this packaging. It's out for good. So, there it is. See you later. Get out of here. So, first impressions. I don't know, looking pretty good, guys. So far, so good. Let's pop this hat out. I love the hat accessory. Rubber. Feels a little small. About the same as Mattel. I mean, these are supposed to scale with Mattels. We'll get to that. Just a nice black hat there. Pop out the hands. Pop out the hands. No ties, no twist ties, no rubber bands holding these figures down, at least Jericho. So that's good. See you later. So, a nice soft goods scarf. Nice. I love the plastic material. Really very similar to Mattel. Not that much different. Very similar to a Mattel jacket. As, they're stuck like that. We've seen that with Finn Balor, Rich Swann. We've seen that a lot with these jackets in the past. You can't bend the elbows or anything like that. That's a little disappointing. I wish they would have had a break in there so you can move the arms up or down instead of him having to be down like that. Really, at the end of the day, I would have rather had a cloth jacket for this. A soft goods. I always say it. I prefer soft goods. Sometimes they don't make as much sense, I guess, but I don't know. For me, I prefer soft goods. I do like that we got the soft goods scarf. Let's see how hard it is to pull the hand out. Very similar to Mattel. Interesting. We got some weird plastic. Does that come off? I don't know what this is. It almost looks like tape. You can see where I pulled the peg hole out. You can see right there a little like tape plasticky thing in the peg hole. Huh. I don't know. Let's see if that affects it going back in. It does not. Huh. I don't know. I don't understand that. Guess we'll see if others have that as well. I'm not going to take his jacket off and do all that. We'll get that with some of the other guys that don't have jackets and stuff off. But for the most part, it's feeling a lot like Mattel. A little easier on the joints, at least for the knees. They seem to bend a little easier right off the chute. I love the big boot jacket. The big boots, heavy metal boots, kind of like a Doc Martin type style. That is cool. I love Jericho. They got even his little hand tattoo in there. Let me put this hat on him. And there he is right there. Sideways. Sideways. Not a heavy figure, but it seems just off, maybe I'm dreaming, a little heavier than a traditional Mattel. That could be because of the jacket. The jacket seems pretty heavy, relatively speaking. See how well he stands. Stands fine on his own, it seems to be. We'll get these hands over here. Let's grab the Mattel Jericho for a little comparison, a little side-by-side action. This would be the GameStop exclusive Mattel Chris Jericho with an aftermarket third-party t-shirt. Very similar to the regular release Jericho, but you can see side-by-side, they stand right together. You guys, a lot of people would know no difference and think they're the exact same toy company or possibly the same toy series. Kind of the evolution of Jericho here, but definitely scale-wise perfect, and that's the way it should be. I absolutely love that Jazzwares, Super 7, Boss Fight, all these companies right now are making everything to the same scale. That is the boyhood dream of a young Kyle. I remember trying to play Galoobs and Hasbros together as a kid, and I did it, but it obviously didn't work the best, but it could be done. My imagination maybe wasn't good enough to suspend disbelief, but I'm very happy they didn't come out with G.I. Joe size or LJN size for these, that they kept them in the same scale of what the people want right now. As a kid, I love the smaller scale, but now as an adult collector, I love the 6-7 inch figure scale the best. I think it is where figures need to stay, and I hope they do for a long, long time. I tell you what, if they lose that scale, I will no longer be collecting. So there you go. But here is the Jerichos. Very, very good figure. My most anticipated figure of the line, I would say. Let's move on to the next one. All right, here we go. We got Kenny Omega, one of the big power players of AEW, that is for sure. This one, first impressions, looks like a ghost. I'm just being honest here, a little bit pale. I know that was some of the feedback. I'll talk about it once I get open, but boy, he's very pale. Like he's been stuck in Canada. I know he's from Winnipeg. He's been up there for a long time, and the sun hasn't been out. But there is Kenny Omega. Great action shot in there of his hands up and stuff like that with the traditional trademark gun pose he's got. Picture on the side, a little weird. I don't know. I feel like could have maybe got a better picture of him on the side, but it is what it is. Same AEW, same top. The bottom I didn't show before, but nobody really ever cares about this. It's all the legal stuff. On the back, got his autographed. It's what I assume is his autographed. It's interesting. Kenny Omega, Double or Nothing, 5/25, 2019, Las Vegas, Nevada. So I believe this whole series is the all-in the outfits they wore. This is number 2, Series 1, number 2, like we did before. So very cool that they made everybody in the outfits they wore for that. I think that's a cool idea and a cool thing to do. So besides that, the packaging is exactly the same. Let me open it up. Got the old razor blade out. Like I said, once you open these guys up, there's no going back. There's no figure swapping. There's no way to trick people. I do like that for sure. I know some of you guys that like to open them and then put them back in. You're not going to like that in the long run. I think the tab right here on the side is the jewel to open these up correctly. See you later. Let's see. Get it out. See you later. And there it is on the back. Kenny. There he is. A little closer shot. 2 extra sets of hands for him. But I'm seeing, get him out here, see you later. Another cool jacket. I don't know, I don't mind this one. I think soft goods are always the way to go 9 times out of 10. It looks like this one is really tough to clasp. It clasps together right here. In package, it was not together, and it looks like it's a little difficult to get done out of package even. I believe there's going to be a running change in this figure. I think they said there's going to be a dark hair version and a lighter hair version, so we'll see what comes with that. Once again, on the jacket, you cannot move the left arm. Some more of that plastic stuff we were talking about. He's got it all over his arm. I'm going to have to sit here and clean these up. I'm not going to do it for the video, but I think you can see it on his elbow. Like a clear plastic over that. Very interesting. There he is with the gunshot. Like I said, this arm does not move in this jacket. It is removable. So let's say I do find the blonde hair version down the line. I will probably take the jacket off one of these, display one with the jacket, one without the jacket would be my preference and the way I would do it. Very good detail on the side of his pants here. You can see Kenny Omega on the side there, and then a little artwork on the other side. You can see the back of the jacket. No issues so far on the joints that I've seen. Very, very good. Very great quality. He's got it on both. I don't know about that plastic. I guess it comes off fairly easy. I don't know if that's just because they don't want it to dye the plastic or what it is. I'm going to have to play and get that all removed. So then the elephant in the room, I guess, especially on this one, and I noticed it on the Cody too, the skin tone on these. Jeremy Padawer has said the first series, it's a little lighter. They're going to fix that going forward. We would all like it to be perfect out the gate. I think everybody would like perfection out the gate and perfect going on. But we can always get better. I can get better in my reviews. I can get better in my hairstyles. We can all get better doing something out there. And same with these. I think you live and learn, and you figure it out, and you change, and you bob and weave, listen to the customer base. But I do see that too. I think they're way too ghostly looking, a little too pale. I have no doubts in my mind that these will be corrected. I would not let that deter you from buying these. I think there's going to be a lot of people that might sleep on these, might not get them, or say, oh, I'll wait till they get them fixed down the line, that are going to have serious regret. They're going to pay high prices back getting that first set again. Like most things, everybody wants that first set. That's the reason I'm getting a mint-on-card set and a loose set for this, because that first set's going to be hard to get. I just know it will be down the line. 5 years from now, it'll probably be worth a fortune. Who knows? But that being said, I do like this Kenny figure. I've seen some people have some bad eyes and paint apps and stuff. I don't have bad eyes. It all looks pretty good. The beard's a little so-so. I think I've seen better beards in some of the Mattels. That's easy to be improved on. But as far as it is, it's a solid figure. I think the thing we're missing is definitely the skin being the way it is. And this, we might have a little bit of a wonky foot here. I think I do. I don't know. It's a little loose in the right foot. Hopefully that's just a one-off thing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll play around with it a little bit and make sure he stands and all that. Let's see. Will he stand with that crazy foot? No issues standing. So there you go. He stands right up. Like I said, he comes with extra hands if you want to reverse this motion, whatever you want to do. But that's it. That's Kenny Omega. Let's move on to the next one in the series. All right, next up, we're going to do a twofer. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Might as well just open them together. Very similar figures. It'll be interesting if they're really that different once you get them open. They have the same outfit, but tag team outfit. So it's really cool. I love how they're posed the opposite direction and packed there like that, so they kind of look cool together. If you're a mint-on card person, you can put them right out side by side like this. Looks totally awesome. That is for sure. They'll display great loose in the same way. Same thing. So let's open Matt first. Luck of the draw, Matt, you win. There it is. You can see kind of the Elvis suit, which makes sense. They were in Vegas for this pay-per-view. That's hence the Elvis jacket. Viva la Elvis. We love him. There's Matt on the side. Same thing. This would be series number 1, figure number 3. There is the back with the autograph, as we're seeing a theme with all these. The same stuff. Says their name and then the pay-per-view they're from. The team back down there on the bottom of Series 1. 8 and up for these toys. Luckily, my oldest daughter just turned 9. She can play with these. My youngest, Emma, Chucky, she can't touch these with her 5-year-old hands, that's for sure. But let's open up Matt. See what we got going on with him. These are a little harder to open than the Mattels, but not terrible. Once you get it kind of figured out, they pop right out. See you later. Young Bucks on the back. There it is. Pop him out here. Maybe a little stubborn. See you later. So, okay, so this one comes with all the plastic inside. I guess I'll show you. I think you can see there's plastic, like right behind his hairline and stuff. I don't know how hard that is to... Oh, very easy. Fits like right around his hair. I'm not exactly Look at this. Whoa, what is that? It's like a candy wrapper. I'm guessing there's a reason for that. Maybe the bleeding of the soft goods. They didn't want the red robe on the back to bleed onto the white. That's something to watch out for in the future. We don't know what these soft goods. We've seen with the Mattel Rick Rudes how it's dyed. I wonder if this bright red jacket on the back will dye the white plastic on the other side. I hope that's not the case, but that makes me wonder if that's why they put that plastic in there. Time will tell for sure. But very interesting. I like this figure though. I love the detail on the bell bottoms with the Elvis type thing there. Open him right up, and yeah, very cool. This is how I'm going to display these. No extra hands with this figure or his brother. No extra hands because I'm sure the cost of these figures is out of control with that cape. I mean, that is just some of the best soft goods I think we've seen in a long, long time. This cape is just awesome. It's got the fringe, it's got the sparkles. I mean, they've really outdid themselves on these ones. That is for sure. I don't see any stitching issues. I don't see any paint defects. The face is great. I mean, this is a slam dunk figure for sure. And I'm not even that big of a Young Bucks fan. Out of all the guys in Series 1, Jericho's probably my favorite just because I go back so far with him. I'm not a huge Young Bucks guy or Omega guy like a lot of people are. I don't know if it's my age or what. I mean, I watch AEW every single week. I watch all wrestling. I keep my nose to the grindstone. I keep involved. I keep engaged. How do I find time to sleep? I don't. I'm just 24/7 work. But I do like this figure. I think this is the sleeper of the set. I thought they were cool, but I didn't know they were going to be this cool. Great. Nick Jackson. There's him on the package. I'm not going to do a whole lot on him because we just looked at his brother, which is very similar packaging. I like the side, kind of the, hey, I'm popping in here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. There's side. He's number 4 in Series 1. There's the back. You can see his autograph there. I'm sure these are legit autographs. I'm not an autograph expert, that's for sure. Let's see here. Get him open. Maybe. Yeah, this packaging, you're not going to have any fig floppers. See you later. Pop them out. See you later. So we got the same plastic to be expected, I guess. Pull that out of there. Yeah, a little broke off, it looks like. There it is. Really interesting. Now, this head scan is not as good. Got the kind of eye circles like he hadn't slept for days going on. You can see it right there. Very, very cool, though. The exact same. I mean, they definitely spent a lot of money on these jackets, but they also saved money by using the same bodies, the same, pretty much everything, side by side. So, very cool, though. Very, very cool. It could be the sleeper of the set. That's for sure. The Young Bucks right here. Definitely must-haves. I love tag teams. I've always been a tag team guy. I grew up on the NWA tag team scene with the Andersons and obviously the Legion of Doom, the Midnight Express. I mean, I go on and on. So I do have a soft spot for tag teams. I love tag team figures when they come in the same sets, especially in matching gear. Jeremy learned his lesson from that LOD mistake back in the Classic Superstar series. But a must-have. You got to have the Young Bucks. I think so far these are my favorite of the 4 I've done so far. But hey, we're not done yet. We're going to keep it rolling. Let's go on to the next figures. All right, next up we got Brandi Rhodes, the lone female in the line. So it'll be interesting to see how these compare to a Mattel female figure. We talked about at the beginning of the video, Brandi is extremely hard to get right now. Very rare, not shipping in the initial Walmart cases. And as of today, it sounds like not even shipping in the pallet drop displays that are going out at Walmart. As I said, I got these via Ringside, so that's how I have her. But it makes me scared to open this one up. I guess I'm primarily a loose guy. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to open this bad boy, or I guess bad girl in this instance, up. Fingers crossed for me that down the line, when these do hit retail, I will be able to find a mint on card, mint in box one to add to my mint set. But I got a little hesitation here. I don't know if we'll be able to find this one. I'm sure I will. And if not, we got that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings, mining the streets. You never know where that guy's going to strike. And then you got me too, so I'm all right. I do okay. It's not time for me to pass the torch quite yet. But Brandi Rhodes, like I said, the lone female in the line. There it is. Nice picture of Brandi there. Same side, Series 1, figure number 5. Brandi on the back from the pay-per-view. And then there's her autograph and the team down there in the first series. I said it before, I think this one would peg warm of the set. But now it being rare and shorter packed, I think you won't see Brandi hanging around. She won't be the next Billie Kay. We'll call it that. Let's open her up. Let's see what we're doing here, Brandi. 0 accessories with Brandi, it looks like. Get her open here. Holy cow. Boom. See you later. So there's Brandi. Like I said, pretty plain Jane figure. No accessories to that. It'll be interesting if this mold is used over and over. If this is the base. If they're going to have different sizes. Really anxious to see where they go with the females. See you later. You got the Nyla Roses of the world. Some of the bigger figures out there. No plastic goods. Seems to like very long arms to me. First impressions. There's no plastic pieces like we saw in the Young Bucks and some of the other figures. She's got the high heels. These are very reminiscent of Marvel Legends high heels, if you guys collect Marvel Legends out there. She's got the nice boots all the way up to the top. Kind of the snake skin, I guess you would say, outfit on. Painted fingernails. Good articulation for the females. I mean, look at that. You can bend that hand all the way back if you want to. I'm sure... Look at that. All the way back. I mean, these are super articulated and look really good. Great figures. We'll see. We'll see how it compares to some of the female figures. Got a little purple highlights on the hair. I don't know if that comes in real good. But an okay figure. I mean, this isn't going to knock my socks off. But very cool to display with the Cody figure, that's for sure. Let me grab Natalya. Elite Natalya. I want to say, what was that? Elite 72, maybe? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's see how these two scale together. Brandi is taller, but I believe Brandi is taller in real life. But no issues. I think I can see these two going together. That's for sure. I do think Brandi maybe has a little small of a head. I think the head might be just a little smaller than... I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about that? I think the head looks a little small. Maybe it's because the hair is so big. I don't know. I do love the attention to detail on the bright pink nails. I think that is a slam dunk there. I do think, like Marvel Legends, this will be very hard to stand with the high heels. Nobody has figured out how to get a high-heeled female figure to stand right. Makes it very, very difficult. So... Not going to have it today, that's for sure. So that's going to be a pain. You might have to lean her in your display if you're going to open her up. But all the movement, like I said, the articulation is great on these, that's for sure. And as a lot of you guys know, they pull apart very easily. The customization will be out of control on these figures. Everything pops up very easily. You can mix and match parts. I think you'll see a lot of loose lots where people got the wrong things on the wrong arms or stuff like that. That does not interest me at all. I think it's a cool feature, and I think a lot of people will enjoy that, especially you customizers out there. The sky is the limit with what you're going to be able to do when we get 10 series deep in these. You'll be able to create anybody. I don't like that because I can see me, okay, I made my perfect Jericho. I use this part, this part, this part. And then I will forget what part is what. It'll just be too much business because I want to display it how they came. I don't want, I'm not a big customs guy. I've got very few in my whole collection. But I guess if there's some easy customs that you can do, like, hey, I buy this Jericho, I'll buy a second set to get those two, put them together, do stuff like that. But I want the figures as they're supposed to come. I want to look at that and say, that's Brandi Rhodes Series 1. That's Chris Jericho Series 1. I don't want to say, well, that's a mix of Chris Jericho Series, I think, 4 and 9. No shame to anybody that does that. God bless you guys out there that are customizers, because a lot of you guys do some awesome, awesome work. That is for sure. But really cool how these easily pop apart and stuff like that. We don't see that a lot. So that is very, very cool. So there is Brandi Rhodes. Let's move on. We only got Cody left. So we're going to finish this AEW unboxing review of Series 1 with our boy Cody Rhodes. All right. Did we save the best for last? I guess we'll find out once we get this Cody Rhodes figure open. But let's take a look at Cody on the front. There he is. Kind of giving the Orange Cassidy thumbs up almost. on the side in suit. I wonder how many series will it be till we get Cody in a suit. Comes with the sledgehammer like a young Triple H. We all remember the pay-per-view where he threw the sledgehammer and broke the throne of Triple H. Series 1, Figure 1, Cody Rhodes. And there's the back, Dustin Rhodes and autograph there. Love to see this Dustin Rhodes in the future. I'm sure we will. First impressions. So this is the figure that made me say, ooh, what's up with that skin tone? Very, very light skin tone on this. I don't know. It's very interesting. We'll see it in hand here. Nothing else really to show on this one, so let's open it up and talk about it. Let's get moving. This is a long video. I apologize, guys. But figured the first one, we better go all in. No pun intended. See you later. Heads up, my boy Lemmy down there. Let's look at this sledgehammer first. Well, first, let's look at Cody in the package. There he is, Cody. Matches the Brandi figure. Matching outfits, of course. But the sledgehammer feels like a normal sledgehammer, I guess. A little more, I don't know what the word is. More phony, fake than the Mattel. A Mattel one seemed more realistic. This kind of seems like an old school Jax, like a clown would. This is a clown sledgehammer, but not terrible. I don't know anybody that really would care. I don't really care at the end of the day. It's fine, but hard, soft, all one piece. Not going to break apart on you. That's the old sledgehammer right there. Bunch Cody out of here, and for the last time today, see you later. Cody's got his plastic diaper on. It's interesting. I don't know if anybody, I guess I haven't seen, is there a reason for this plastic? I think it's probably to protect from scuffs and scratches and bleeding, possibly. A little hard to get off sometimes, too. Let me just pull these down. There it is. But I appreciate it. The more protection and packaging and stuff you can get, the better. This Cody figure is totally awesome. He's got kind of a weird look to his face, of kind of a look of disgust. This is the one you really can notice the lightness of the plastic and the skin. I think it's made worse by Cody's blonde hair. It makes everything seem so light. I don't like the head scan on this, but we all know they're going to pump out a lot of Codys. Cody's going to be the Triple H or Roman Reigns or whoever you want to say at the time of the AEW line. I think we're going to get a lot of Codys over time. Hopefully the next one comes with that TNT belt. Very, very cool, though. I think once you get that tan skin, I'm sure there's customizers out there already tanning the skin up, getting it correct. I know he looks a lot like the kid that loves turtles, that's for sure. He's got the bags under his eyes, but, his dad had those, too. They're cool. They look awesome. It's a guy that, works hard. Got the dream tattoo there. I love the belt. The belt on the back says Attitude Killer. And in between, there's his neck tattoo that he has in there. No neck tattoo on this one. And that is correct. I'm glad there's no neck tattoo on this one because the outfit and the show this depicts, there was no neck tattoo. Like I said, we'll get one with the neck tattoo and the TNT title probably pretty soon. But besides that, pretty much the same as all the other ones. Pretty cool. Like I said, it matches the Brandi figure. It's got the CR on the boots, both sides. A good figure. Just needs lightened up. And I think the hair is what makes that stand out a little bit more than normal. But there it is. Let's see how easy he stands here. Oh, yeah. Stands perfect. He's right at attention. So there it is. That's Series 1. Let's wrap it up. All right, let's finish this up. I got the whole crew here lined up. A little hard to get these guys to stand just right. That's the first thing, especially Brandi, the hardest to stand, that's for sure, with the high heels. But you got to maneuver them just right. Normally on these unboxings, I always do the ringside collectible stand test. Unfortunately, the peg hole on every single one of these feet is way too big. The ringside stands are not working. I don't know if that's just a mess up or an oversight. I hope, Jeremy, if you're watching, Jazzwares, you're watching, make them uniform with the Mattels. Make these fit for them. There's collectors out there that need stands. We're going to need something. So I'm hoping the peg hole is just a little bit bigger. Maybe that wasn't correct on the first run. I think that'd be an easy fix. I think it would make a lot of collectors like myself happy for display because we're going to have some serious domino effect with these figures. They're not the easiest to stand. Some of them, like Jericho, stand really well. The Bucks are so-so. You got to have them angled just right. Brandi is extremely tough. Omega, depending on which stance you got, very tough. And Cody Rhodes stands fairly well by himself. So that's just one takeaway on the group. Overall, slam dunk, pretty close. It's not a sweet Dr. J or Michael Jordan slam dunk. It's kind of like when Larry Bird went up there and hit the slam dunk. I mean, he can do it, but we know Larry for the three-pointers. But a very good first impression. I love that it's a uniform line of the pay-per-view. I think that gives them an out a little bit. Like, hey, this is kind of a one-off line to start. Series 2, 3, 4, and so forth. They're going to be a mixed match of different things throughout the year. But Series 1 is from the first pay-per-view. Makes sense, looks cool. We got to get the skin tones figured out and fixed. I think that's already being done. So that's a win right there. Fix these peg holes. The packaging is a slam dunk. Figure swapping is going to be out the window with these. You're not going to have to worry about it. That's cool. That's a plus. This figure swapping is getting out of control in a lot of areas. So you won't have that anymore. I love the throwback classic superstars type packaging. I think that is a major win, a major windfall for us collectors. It's going to be tough for you MOC people. Like I said earlier, I think we're going to see some more damaged figures than we do see with Mattel. So it'll be really hard to complete it mint on card. You're going to have to do some work and some running around. There's nothing worse than finding a full case. You're a mint on card guy and they're all destroyed and you needed them all. I've had that happen to me so many times over the years. But there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a very long review. I hope you stayed through the whole thing. I appreciate it if you did. Further reviews of these will be a lot faster. But the first one, we got to take our time, really look into these, what we're thinking and what we're seeing and what my opinions are. And I got a little bit at the beginning, a little long-winded, but talked a little bit about the state of the industry and how this all came to be a little bit from my perspective. So hopefully you enjoyed. Please let me like the video. But don't forget to comment. I would love to get your guys' opinion. Are you going to be loose? Are you going to be mint in box? Are you going to collect these? First off, are you passing on these? Are you Mattel only? Are you just watching the video for the heck of it? Yeah, that could be somebody out there. I think, my aunt or my dad, they're watching this probably, but they're not probably collecting these. There's probably more of you people out there too that way. But let me see your comments. Did you get these? How are you enjoying them? What are your thoughts? Am I crazy? Am I not crazy? Who knows? But leave a comment down there. And then don't forget to subscribe to the video. We'll have every single one of these unboxed as we go through. I believe the next set will be shipping in October. So look for that video in October. We'll keep unboxing. We're doing stuff every single day, including the Jakks Classic Superstars. The packaging we showed earlier. We're doing a video every single week on those. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, I'll see you guys all real soon.